California piss water. Uh-oh. Sean, good morning. Hey, how you doing?
Oh, just trying to figure out this lift situation.
The lift situation? Oh, how to get this thing on the lift? I brought you a gift. I brought you some California piss water.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yup. If you guys didn't see a couple daily videos back, I bought this 2015 Jeep Cherokee Latitude for $2,000, which is a great deal. And then the same exact day that we bought it, we went to the junkyard and we bought this engine right here, which this just happens to be a, was it 34,000 mile?
36,405 or 36,465.
36,465 miles on this unit. $1,000 for that, $2,000 for this thing. We got $30 in brake cleaner.
This is the non-chlorinated.
Well, I mean, it's the California compliant. The California piss water is what it is. Which Sean seems to like that better for some reason, but I don't like it at all. It seems like it doesn't do anything. We're gonna be putting this thing up on the lift, and then since this is the month of maybes, the month of fix and flips, didn't even know we were gonna buy it, and then it just popped up. You know, kind of over here at Motion Auto, when we see good deals, we just can't help ourselves, and we just gotta go ahead. Are we gonna drop the cradle?
I need to look at it.
I'm assuming. Get it up in the air. So this is gonna be our first engine swap. So we got the bench in here yesterday. We got the welding station all set up. It kind of feels like today's kind of hot.
Oh, it's really hot, yeah.
I think what we need, should we hook up the portico?
There's a YouTube video I could watch with how to do this.
Do it. You can take a 10-minute break.
Watch a YouTube video.
Watch a YouTube video.
Hey guys, Chris Fix here.
So up underneath this thing, Sean did some Googling. What did you find out?
Nothing.
The bottom of these things are interesting. So there's like this weird subframe cradle thing back here. There's this aluminum piece that looks like you basically take this off and then the whole front wrap could like come off of it, and then you'll basically just have the engine just sitting there. Interesting automatic transmission stuff. It's already leaking, which is kind of weird. It's just crazy that like a 2015 with 70,000 miles on it already looks like this, but I guess it is a Chrysler product. So just crazy that like you probably go buy like a Hellcat or something, you put 70,000 miles on it, and then you come look at it and it's leaking underneath it like this. Is that just normal? I feel like GMs, like with their LSs and stuff, like even they don't end up leaking until they're like 300,000 miles, but might be just wrong. Guys, so it's been a little while, and me and Sean have been basically sitting here scratching our heads looking at this thing, like trying to figure out the easiest way to pull this engine, and it doesn't look like it's easy at all. Looking in the front, like when I first looked at this thing, I was like, oh look, we got a quick connect right here for the transmission, we got a quick connect for the radiator hose. I was like, this thing's probably just gonna drop right out of the bottom, no issues.
Not the case, buddy.
That's definitely not the case.
So it's all-wheel drive.
The V6.
V6 all-wheel drive. Transverse mounted deals.
But then also look at this front bumper. So this front bumper is huge. It comes all the way over here. This is the headlight, technically. That's the headlight. This is just like a running light thing.
Okay.
So that's the headlight. That's the fog light. It has this whole under tray. So it's basically like it's like a big bowl. We call it a bowl.
Wow. Have to remove the entire front wrap of the car. There's this radiator support that basically bolts onto the front, like the frame horns.
It bolts on over in
so
here.
You pull the fenders off, you pull the bumper off, you pull this support off to get like all this stuff out, and then you basically
radiator condenser, oil cooler,
all that stuff. You basically lower the motor and the subframe down, and then basically pull it out of the front of the car. So.
With the steering rack, with all the other stuff, with all the suspension.
Yeah.
Basically, we'll disconnect the brake calipers, hang those up, disconnect the steering shaft.
A lot more than we thought. You can do a motor in a Honda Civic in about 4 hours, like most.
And obviously, this isn't a Honda Civic,
yes,
and
but it's just
I'm
wild
sure if we were like a tech or something, we'd probably want to quit.
Yeah, or you probably have more experience doing this. This is the first 2015 Jeep that either one of us has messed with.
Obviously, and this isn't something that like we do every day either. Normally we work on like performance-oriented vehicles where we're like simplifying stuff, not dealing with a 2015 Jeep and like the Chrysler engineering that they put into this thing, trying to stuff this thing all together. It was basically really hard to find pictures or videos or...
There's like one forum that the guy did this in detail. He basically took two Jeeps and and a wrecked Jeep and a bad Jeep or whatever, and then made one good one out of him. And he has all of the, basically a tutorial on how he did it, which is the right way, which is the easy way, I guess. The long, easy way.
The long, easy way. So I think there's nothing to it but to do it. And I think we're gonna start by pulling off the front wrap, the wheels, the tires, disconnect the brake calipers, the CV axles. We need to disconnect the steering shaft. I think this whole fuse box. We do have, where'd that light that Ben Pack sent us go?
Up there.
We need to install this thing. We should use this, the new light stick. Oh my goodness. What frequency do you think this is? So that way it doesn't mess with the videos. That Ben Pack helping us out with the new light stick. That thing's pretty nice. Light stick. It's got these things that bend down and have magnets on the bottom. So you, essentially, if you have a car that's doesn't have aluminum hood, you could just stick it on there, like even like a frame or something would be nice, like underneath the car. Got 2 stages, some extra light. So yeah, I mean, we're just gonna start pulling off the front end, and we're gonna have a great time doing it, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So it is pretty much the end of the day over here at the shop and kind of wrapping up working on this thing for the day at least. It's taken a lot longer and there's so many clips, like all of these little Christmas tree things, and like pretty much everything every couple of inches is like pinned down. Like look at that. One there, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there. And it's ridiculous. And that's how the wiring is. That's how like all these little brackets and stuff are held on. It's definitely a pain. So we got the front crash support off. We have the radiator, condenser, all that other stuff. Good thing everything was pretty much quick connect. So quick connect for the transmission coolers, quick connect for the AC lines and the condenser lines and stuff right here. Quick connect for the radiator right here on the front and then right here on the top. Pretty straightforward. Once you kind of, I guess, get the courage to just like start taking stuff apart. At first, just looking at it, you're like, man, this is gonna take forever. It's pretty much like everything. If we were gonna do another one of these things, we'd be able to just like hop right into it and bust it out. Probably like in and out in a day maybe. Whereas now we basically spent kind of like half a day getting it to this point, and then tomorrow hopefully we'll be able to get it fully out, get the transmission and everything disconnected from the engine, basically just swap everything over. So we're pretty close right now. Pretty much most of the stuff is actually disconnected from the chassis. Up here we have the fuse box. So we have this big connector that goes to the engine harness. We have this connector that goes to the engine transmission harness, all that stuff right there. Other than that, I mean, that's pretty much what it is. I think we have the heater hoses, shift linkage, and drive shaft. Basically what I did over here in the wheel well is we're gonna leave the strut with the brake and the caliper and everything on it, disconnected the tie rod ends as well as the CV boot or the CV axles. So this whole thing will basically just float and stay up with the chassis, so we won't have to do anything with the braking system, and then do all these bolts right here on the bottom. Drop basically this whole cradle thing. One of the first things we will have to do as well is finish disconnecting the exhaust, but then the drive shaft too. Get that drive shaft out of there. Should be pretty straightforward once we get to that point, but man, it's definitely a lot more work than I thought it was gonna be. I thought this thing was gonna be out of here in like 2 hours and we'd be smashing another one back in it. That's just the way some of these newer cars and stuff go. So I'm gonna head home, hang out with the kids for a little bit, and then Sean is actually, he had to take off a little bit to do some stuff in town with his kids. I'm gonna probably head over to his house. He is getting that Rust-Oleum, that rock solid coating, and I'm curious to see how it lays out compared to this coating, because this is a different coating than that stuff. The stuff that he got is basically the stuff that you could just go buy at Home Depot to coat the epoxy on his floor. So head over there, see how he's doing. Catch you guys up when we get there. What do you think?
It's coming along. Kind of wish I'd have got the commercial stuff, but
Why?
I don't know. I feel like it's just more durable, but maybe not.
You can go get some.
Do 2 coats, huh?
You do 2 coats, yeah. Do 2 coats just like me. Well, So do you like it, or?
Yeah, it goes super fast.
Buddy, I got a lot of stuff done without you there.
On what, the Jeep?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's good. I got all that stuff done here without you here. We're both doing good then.
How come you don't open the garage door?
Buddy, dust.
Dust don't even matter.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's just hot in here.
It's fine.
It's not even windy outside. It's fine.
I'll open it up when this stuff like isn't tacky.
This is beautiful. Yeah, it looks a lot thinner. Cause mine was basically like
Syrup?
it was like glue, like Elmer's glue almost.
How did it roll?
How thick? It didn't really roll. It was just like you were like
it
smearing,
around?
like you were like smear, like almost when you first put that down. That's exactly how it went on. On the floor looks like it's turning out great. What do you think about it? It definitely looks a little bit thinner, but I think because it's thinner, it probably won't like chip.
Yeah.
Like the other floor is. Maybe don't go over there. It's wet.
Why?
It's wet. Yeah, send me a picture when you're all done.
Bye. Bye.
So, if you guys were curious if that garage door opener was stolen last night before we got to Home Depot, yes, it was. It wasn't there. Me and Jamie went over there and it was gone. So, appreciate you guys watching this video. If you guys are stoked about the month of maybes where we're uploading a video every single day, be sure to hit that subscribe button with the notification bell on. See you guys tomorrow.